Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is Thursday, October the 31st. It's Halloween, Jeff.
It's Halloween.
It's spooky time.
It is. Kids will be showing up at my door, so this is my suggestion.
Yes.
We don't make this past an hour and a half because you're going to hear my dog go
Well, it'll
crazy.
be a good test for this room. We're going to find out just how much
he's gonna go
upstairs leaks into the microphones.
He's going to go crazy.
Because, Jeff, we haven't done a podcast in 2 weeks, and we picked a bad 2 weeks.
Kayla's going to throw the dog in the backyard. I'm just going to fair warn you.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to hear it real good.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's technical Thor Alpha for this week. And I can hear Max out in the hallway.
There he is.
Just it's like Dr. Doolittle's clinic in here right now. We got all the animals and more. Ladies and gentlemen, new podcast room. We're in. Hopefully everything works. Hopefully everything sounds good. We already had to restart because I forgot to press the record button on the mixer.
It's all good.
But we have it this time, and hopefully everything goes to plan from here on out. There could be. We don't hear him. Cat. The cat. I thought you'd meant Jeff. Yeah, there could be a desync issue with the camera. I don't know. I'll worry about that next week after I look at the video myself. Right now, all we're concerned with is, can you guys hear us? If the answer is yes, then we're already more successful than I thought we would be.
Hell yeah.
We have a lot to talk about this week, Jeff, but real quick, just as a rundown, how was your last 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks.
That's it.
That's amazing.
That's it.
That's amazing. It was
same
better
old
than,
same.
I would have been scared if you said it was 3. So it's good that it was only 2.
Yeah.
Same for me. I'm going away to California. Here we come. I'm going away tomorrow.
Shit, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
Holy shit.
I didn't sleep like at all last night because I'm trying to get all this shit packed and everything and good to go. And since I only travel once every fucking 15 years. I've had to buy shit that I haven't had to for traveling and redo everything. Like my passport is new, so I was filling out my passport page and shit like that, and getting luggage tags and new luggage because I don't have any fucking luggage, and just it's been bonkers, especially with setting this room up in the last couple of weeks. But I got it done. I'll pack for the rest when I get home, and then hopefully I sleep tonight. But my flight isn't crazy early tomorrow, so that's nice.
Oh,
it's
okay.
2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, well, then you'll be fine.
So, worst case, get a few hours of sleep.
Yeah.
And I'll sleep on the plane because it's like a 6.5 hour second leg of that journey. Shit is real.
Are you stopping in Toronto or Montreal first?
No, it's in the States. It's in
Newark?
Newark, I think.
Yeah.
And then it's
that makes
just
sense. Then
6 hours.
6 hours of hell.
memes.
Yeah. Pray for that aisle seat, bro.
I locked up an aisle seat.
Okay. I was going to say.
I have all the seats booked. I locked up an aisle, so we're good on the seats. So that will be my tomorrow. I'll be back on Monday. My buddy's wedding. It'll be great. I spent a fortune on an outfit because I couldn't buy one anywhere else. I went to Duggar's, as you've been informed, and you can't buy anything at Duggar's for less than $5 million.
I don't think I've gone to Duggar's once and spent $300. I think every other time.
Did you buy a shirt?
No, I bought a. You know what? It was a shirt. It was. I think I actually bought two. I actually bought 2 shirts, 2 Lacoste shirts.
Yeah,
which was just under $300.
Yes. I spent more on a pair of pants than anyone should ever spend on a pair of pants.
Yeah, but you know what?
But they fit me. And
they look good.
I'm going to look 10 out of 10. The problem is that I still spent $210 on a pair of pants, and nobody should spend that much money on a pair of pants.
Was it $210?
$210. The struggle was real though because my pant size. I ordered some stuff online from Old Navy just in case as a backup, but I have a 32-inch waist to a 33 if I'm tucking in a dress shirt. So it was 33 for this because I'm tucking in a dress shirt. And a 36 to 38-inch leg. That is a combination, Jeff, that you don't just walk into a fucking Gap or a Banana Republic.
No,
or an
they don't have
H&M,
it. No, they don't have
and
it.
you go, is no.
No.
The best you can hope for is a 34-34.
Mm.
That's all you got. And I haven't worn 34-34 since I was 15. So that's life. But that's fine. It'll be fun. It'll be a great time. The fire is an hour and a half by car north of us. So thankfully, at best, or at worst, I should say.
What's the weather going to be like? Hot?
No, because it's in San Francisco. So it's like 21 degrees there right now.
Well, that's not bad, though.
It's not bad at all.
That's like good weather.
And probably lots of fog because it's San Francisco.
Yeah.
And we're going to be, the place where the wedding's happening is obviously, it's like near the water.
Yeah.
So, which I'm thankful for, because it means that if there's any kind of breeze off the water at 20 degrees and I'm wearing a sport coat,
you're good.
I should be saved.
You're good.
At least a little bit.
You're good.
I'm definitely still going to pit stain my fucking shirt. 110%. There's no saving that. It's going to happen. Jeff, we have a lot to talk about this week, so let's stop talking about my life and get right into it. We've got, I don't even know where to start with this. Let's just start with the like, some of this is the most recent. The timeline of these news clips I've got here are all over the place. Shroud went to Mixer, Jeff.
He did.
And then not long after, Gothalion
he also did.
Also went.
Yes.
Which, with slightly less fanfare, obviously, because these are two totally different echelons of Twitch streamer. However, that actually makes it very interesting that he went. You know, it's less surprising. The hell is that? Oh, I thought it was blood. It was less surprising that Shroud went. More surprising to see Gothalion for me, even though he's a Destiny streamer. I thought he was always into the PlayStation 4 side of things and shit. So people were like, "Oh, well, he's always been an Xbox guy," and I was like, I don't know about that. But we called Shroud in a podcast when Ninja first went. And so it wasn't surprising to me. What was surprising to me was the timeline, though, because we thought that it would take much longer before they would make their next pickup. We thought it was going to be like 6 months. It was not 6 months.
Yeah, I think it was probably 3.
Yeah, something
3 months
is more like that. Yeah, it was quick.
It was quick, and I think we're going to see more head on over there. I mean, I guess let's just stick on the Shroud thing for now. It's like, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I've had this sort of debate on my stream with people saying like, oh, Shroud going over just means, Shroud's going to end up like Ninja, sort of on the downturn of the viewership and and yada yada yada. And yeah, I'm sure Shroud's viewership will go down. But this is this is arguably the biggest streamer on Twitch.
But now you got two big guys that shared some viewers in the first place. Yeah. So now that they're both on the same platform,
they're going to stick. The viewers will stick around a little longer.
Yeah, I wonder how much the viewer count will actually drop now.
Well, here's the thing: Shroud going over there, does that mean Twitch is in any trouble? No. But Shroud going over there and Ninja being over there means more's coming. And for example,
as we already saw, Gothalion is already
he's gone too, but he's not at that level.
No, but he's still like a 2,000 or 3,000, I think.
Oh, he's higher than that
or more. Is he more than that? I have no. I'm not entirely sure.
I would say he's probably between 5 and 10K.
Okay. So that's a good.
It's a good, but what's a nice play with that is it's a different type of demographic.
Yes.
Right. So we got two shooters. And now we're getting a guy that is more of the Destiny,
which is still a shooter.
Still a shooter, but it's not like competitive shooter.
Yeah.
It's a different type.
It's like an MMO-ish type deal.
Exactly. And he does play other stuff as well. So here's the thing. They pick up Doc next.
Yeah.
Or they pick up Tim the Tap Man.
Yeah.
I think ammunition is ammunition. I think she's going.
It's a dope name.
I think she's going next. I think she's going to be the next big streamer to go. And when I say big, like she's big, but she's well known, and I think she's also the personality that'll bring a bunch of people over here to watch her. Like people are attached to her, and they will. Yeah. I feel like.
I feel like she's the pinnacle of girl streamer on the website that
you want
a gamer
exactly
that is
like
game
she
first.
is. Yes.
She's not.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like thoughtness necessarily. I'm just saying like she's not like a girl that plays games that is mostly there spending endless time on Instagram. Which is nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying like from a purely gaming platform perspective, Ammunition is she's the show.
She's the ninja of girl gamers, right?
Basically.
She is the commercialized,
Yes.
PG-ish.
She's a professional.
She's a professional in every sense of the word,
Yeah, yeah.
and it so happens she's a female, which is doubly kick-ass.
Yeah.
So
I'm waiting for that pickup to happen.
I think that's
going
I almost think it's inevitable. I mean, we've been seeing a lot of shade. I mean, a lot of people have been throwing shade at Twitch, but we're seeing a lot there. I've also been seeing Ninja tag her in with Mixer. She's also has a channel on Mixer now as well. That popped up. So
really?
I think it's going to happen sooner than later. But
she might have just locked her name up too, because that's what I did.
Yeah,
I mean, I locked mine up. I
think Mixer's going to lock all the names up. Honestly, I think
because people just take names.
Yeah. But I think if a streamer wants to go over there and somebody took the name, they're just going to give it.
Yeah.
But I feel like she's a big, strong possibility. Here's the thing: Ninja and Shroud. You add 2-3 more people. You add a Tim the Tatman. You add a Doc.
Yeah.
You add an N. You add a Summit or a Soda Poppin' or any of these types of big name streamers. And now if you get 3 to 5 of them, you're going to see the concurrent viewership on Mixer in general go up.
Mm-hmm.
And also what you want is a couple of these big streamers streaming at the same time. When it's just Ninja, the site's only really popping when he's around.
Yeah.
If it's just Shroud, he's just around. But as they get more people, say if Ninja's off, but Shroud and Doc is on, or Shroud and Soda Poppin' is on, or what, I'm just using names. But then the more concurrent comes up, there's more people circulating the website. And as you continue to grow, it's going to become much more appealing for streamers to want to leave Twitch to go over there, because they're going to start to see more of an opportunity of growth. Because now when a streamer looks over there and the big guys aren't on, or even when the big guys are on, it's like, well, there's only a lot of people here because Summit's on, or not Summit, or Shroud is on, or Ninja's on.
Or whatever, yeah.
Also, as more start to go, people that are becoming streamers are going to want to move over to Mixer instead of starting at Twitch, because Twitch is so saturated, and a lot of the other negative connotations that are on Twitch, they're going to choose Mixer. Some of them are going to choose Mixer over Twitch because there'll be a legitimate more reason to be there, because there's a bigger opportunity to grow, because there's not such a big saturation. So yeah, in the grand scheme of things, I think the Shroud thing is huge. Also, good on Shroud. And good on these gamers that are getting paid tens of millions of dollars. I'm sure Shroud got paid just as much, if not more, than Ninja. And good on them. Contractually, I guarantee they have to stream as an X amount of hours per week or in a per month. Because why would Mixer pick them up and give them a huge check and then allow them to fuck off into the sunset?
Well, they were going to do it regardless.
Exactly, but I guarantee in contract they have an X amount of hours per month that they have to be on that website,
especially for a certain period of time anyway.
For a certain period of time
to make sure that they get their viewers involved.
Yeah,
and so I agree. I think I've always thought that they're going to go after like maybe 5 people. And I think the smart play is, and I think that you're seeing it now, is that they're getting people that are slightly different, but they have the ability to share segments of their communities across them to increase watch time that people are staying on Mixer in general. So if one's going on and one's going off, or they're both on at the same time,
they can host each other,
etc. Things like that, right? So I think that's what they're aiming for, and I think that's what you're seeing right now. I think as interesting it is that Shroud went over there, that was kind of like a foregone conclusion, which is why we called that in the first place. Gothalion is a bit of a left field play for me. It makes sense, but I didn't expect it, and not in the same window of time as Shroud. I mean, that happened. It basically happened simultaneously.
3 months.
No, Shroud, not Ninja. So Shroud and Gothalion.
Oh yeah, that was simultaneous.
Right? So I think, and the reason why I think he's more interesting is because he's not the monolithic size. He's still huge. I mean, he's fucking huge.
Yeah.
You get 5,000-10,000 people. You're a big ass streamer.
Yeah.
But in the grand scheme of things, he's on the lower end of that upper end of the Twitch scale.
Yeah.
And what I think it does is that we're going to see maybe a couple more people that are picked up that are even smaller still.
Of course.
2,000 to 5,000.
I think we're going to be a little while yet before we see that. I think we're going to be big. They need
Yeah,
more and
they're
more
gonna get
big
names,
pickups.
but they're going to get some smaller ones because
it's a harder sell on the smaller
big names.
ones.
Well, the big names get get them their viewers up front, right? The smaller stuff in the long term is going to be what will more likely make people believe, smaller streamers believe, that they too should go. It's like if a streamer that's at like 100, 200 viewers or whatever sees a Shroud go over to Mixer, that doesn't move the needle for them at all.
No.
They just see a big name going over for $25 million and some other shit, and it's fucking whatever, right? They're not going to think if I go over there, I'm going to suddenly get like all the spillover from Shroud or Ninja.
No.
It's just not going to happen. But if you start to see people organically go over there because they pick up a couple of smaller streamers, it's going to be because they see that and go, okay, that's closer to me.
Mm-hmm.
That must mean if these guys are going, that they see a future here.
Mm-hmm.
That might make sense for me, even though I'm not getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
Because the play for them, hopefully, is eventually the people that they're picking up is going to result in organic traffic of streamers setting up shop that aren't bought out.
Yeah.
And so I think Gothalion represents the first.
He got bought out though.
Well, he got bought out, but no. But what I mean is he's representative of. His move is more representative of people will look at him and be closer to thinking that is a signal for them to move versus somebody like Shroud or Ninja. I mean, Gothalion didn't get like a real fancy fucking commercial.
No.
And all this shit. He just put up a little webcam video of himself and was
Still
like,
got a lot of views.
Still got a lot of views, but this is why I'm making the move, did his thing.
His one was a bit more personal. His one was a bit more genuine and authentic.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it doesn't come with this big shebang. It just felt like he's talking to his viewers like, hey, this is the switch.
And that kind of play is also what's going to look like to a more average streamer as maybe this is something that I too can do and not have to worry about getting, paid out. Not that they'd ever would, but now it's time that I might be able to go over and check it out.
I think we're going to see an announcement from a big streamer once every 3 months, and I like the play they did because they get a lot of press from the Ninja. They let that shit roll for a while. Then when that shit starts to slow down a little bit, they throw in Shroud.
Yep.
Lots more press for Mixer, Shroud, everybody. He's getting all these free subs, all these signups. He's making millions of dollars off the free subs on top of that.
Yep.
Then 3 months from now, maybe even New Year's, by the end of the year, I think we're going to hear another streamer moving over. And I think if they keep doing pickups once every 3 months or so to keep Mixer in the forefront, to get more bigger streamers involved, I think organically the middle line streamers are going to be thinking about it more and more about potentially moving over.
Yes.
And then not only that, we don't know what Mixer's offering. Sure, it's a big bag of cash. We don't know what their plans are with Halo. It's obvious the more shooters they pick up with they're gonna blitz Halo. We don't know if they're gonna do a Halo esport, which will only be exclusive to Mixer, which I can see coming.
Mm-hmm.
I can also picture Mixer potentially buying out and or sponsoring professional teams. Mm-hmm. There might come a time where they might go to a big team like TSM or 100 Thieves or whatever and say, listen, here's a boatload of cash. We want to make sure that you guys continue to do what you do, but here's the caveat. Anybody on your team has to be over here on Mixer. Yeah. And it could be a huge buyout for a big team. I can see that happening as well, especially if the Halo stuff starts to come and the way that they're throwing money around, it's a very big possibility. On top of that, over time, Mixer is going, I'm gonna call it out. In 2020, Mixer is gonna have 5 massive streamers. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have a lot more concurrent viewership. Mm-hmm. And we're going to be talking about, is it more beneficial to start your stream on Mixer or Twitch?
I think that question's already in the air.
I think so.
But it will be far more prevalent in 2020.
Because right now, into the minds of everyday viewers that are like,
Yeah.
oh, fuck Mixer. If you go there, your stream's dead.
It's still not enough people.
It's not enough people yet. But soon enough, and I'm telling you, dude, people right now think, oh, Ninja, he left and his viewership dropped like 30% or whatever, blah, blah, blah. They don't see the big play. They're looking at right now. Mixer is thinking 5-10 years from now. This isn't a one year. It's not like in 2020 Mixer's going to be overthrowing Twitch or at the cusp of doing it.
No.
This is a play. There's a lot of shit being said behind the scenes. I bet you there's a lot of stuff that Mixer is promising streamers as well, whether it's networking capabilities, whether it is big sponsorship deals with upcoming games. Maybe it's a big promotion on the new Xbox that's coming out. Perhaps they have their own big streaming service coming through the Xbox, the next Xbox. We don't know. That's the thing. And I guarantee you, Mixer is not fucking around. Microsoft is not fucking around. They have a giant plan. This is the beginning of it. And I can guarantee you, by the end of 2020, people are going to see the light. Twitch is going to feel the burn. I know they're feeling it now, but they're really going to feel the burn, and we're going to have some legitimate, real competition between two juggernauts. It's not going to be just about the 400 people, wherever that's watching the stream right now. I know probably 50 of yous go on Mixer and watch it from time to time, or when your favorite Mixer streamer comes on, like Shroud or Ninja or whatever. By the end of 2020, that 50 is going to turn into about 100, 150. Yeah. And that number is going to keep going and going and going up. And Twitch better look out. It's coming.
Well, what I'm interested in now is Twitch even being included in the conversation for these buyouts? Or is this just something that Mixer is going to Shroud and saying, here's a bag of money, and Shroud doesn't even contact Twitch to say, hey, do you want to counter this?
Oh, they definitely did. Dude.
So if that's the case,
yeah.
then that becomes really interesting to me, because what that means to me then is Twitch is really, really confident in its position right now to lose Ninja and Shroud inside of 3 months, with obviously more coming, a Gothalion now, with more coming. Twitch, it must be supremely comfortable in their position to not be countering in a way to try and hold on to these people. Now, we don't know if Mixer has also made plays on other streamers that Twitch has countered and kept.
I guarantee they have.
And so, but that makes it even more interesting.
Nick Merck signed a multi-year deal with Twitch just recently.
Yeah.
The Nick 30 guy that's from here.
Yeah, it's from. Yeah,
he signed a deal with Twitch as well, but he came from YouTube Gaming.
Yes.
So I can guarantee that it was probably between Mixer and Twitch. Twitch offered. Here's why I think they're letting them go. Because I guarantee you, somebody like Shroud, somebody that is in with Twitch, don't get it twisted, man. Shroud and Ninja, especially Ninja, these guys had big workings with the higher ups in Twitch. 100%. They went to the right parties. They got flown out to the right places. They had the $1 million activation sponsorships through Twitch.
Yeah.
These guys had serious relationships, probably friendships. But at the end of the day, it's business. And I can guarantee this. Mixer goes to Shroud, Mixer goes to Ninja, and they go, here is a $20-30 million check, whether it's $10 million in shares in the company, and then a buyout in cash. You stream for us for 2 years, 3 years, 5 years. These contracts still have not reached the surface yet. Eventually they will. Eventually we're going to hear what these real dealings are. It's going to come out. But until then, I guarantee it's probably 2, 3, or 5 years, probably 2 or 3. A guaranteed money. Now, I guarantee this isn't Mixer calling up Shroud's agent and going, hey, $25 million, sign it now, don't tell Twitch anything. That's not. I don't peg them as these type of business. They went to Twitch and they said, listen, Mixer is offering me these things. Not only that, they're offering me these big perks. I guaranteed Twitch goes, we can't give you that type of money, but what we can do is we can continue to promote you. We can continue to give you these big sponsorship activations that over time, sure, you might not be getting $20-30 million, but also we're Twitch. We're the biggest streaming platform. You know, you've already built your audience here, blah, blah, blah. We don't own your channel, but this is what we're doing. It's all about opportunity costs. It's all about the economic value of what this streamer can bring to this platform. For Twitch, Shroud might not be worth $20-30 million check. It just might not, because at the end of the day, yeah, Shroud might be making a bunch of money for Twitch, but it might not equate to nearly that much. They'd rather keep the other streamers they have and not pay that big chunk of money up and do some sort of bidding war. But Mixer, on the other hand, sure, they could pay Shroud $20-30 million, but they might not see that money for a few years, but they're going to have him to strategically put in place to create the domino effect, to have more and more people come. So that money, sure, it might cost a lot up front, but in the long term, they're going to get that money back from building the platform in other ways. Twitch just might go, no, we can't afford, it's not that we can't afford to do it, but we're just not going to do it. Not only that, think about this. Say it's a 2-3 year contract. Shroud gets paid $30 million to go over. We're just throwing a number out there. It can't be too far from it.
It's probably in the neighborhood, yeah.
It's probably $30 million because the guy probably makes, anywhere between 5 and 7 easy a year already, right? So it has to be a lot of money. You can't offer Shroud $5 million to leave Twitch.
No.
He's going to look at you like you're dumb.
Yeah.
It's got to be 20, 30, 40, 50 million bucks, no joke. So if they do that, Shroud does 2-3 years. Worst case scenario, bro, he calls up Twitch towards the end of his contract and goes, hey, my contract's about to end. What can you offer me to come back to your platform? Mixer goes, hey, we want to re-sign. Well, what can you offer me? Sure, the deal might not be as juicy as the first one because that big pull, that initial thing has already been happening. It's like when you get a sponsorship, the first few months are the best because it's new, it's fresh. You only have so many new eyes coming in, right? So they go, okay, listen, instead of doing the 30 million, so to speak, that we did the first time, we can do 15 million maybe on a smaller term. Maybe it's 2 years instead of 3. Then they go over to Twitch. Then they play this bidding war. It's basically now going to turn into a free agency, like a sports team. You have LeBron James, the Shroud, the LeBron James of gaming. How much can you offer him per year? And this is great news for the streamers because now they're getting paid what they're worth. And honestly, this Shroud and Ninja, they're worth tens and tens of millions of dollars. In the grand scheme of things, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars if they themselves can help build a platform from the ground up to create the waves to turn into a multi-billion-dollar business for Mixer. So they know their worth now. And at the end of the day, dude, and Mark Cuban said this the other day in an interview, esports is a horrible business to buy into. It's horrible. The meta changes all the time. You're doing the managing shit. People are coming in, coming out. You're dealing with young people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. And you got to grind. Ninja, in order for him to make his, $5, $7, $10 million a year, this dude had to be in the public's eye 24/7. He had to be streaming 24/7. Now they're giving these streamers an opportunity to make tens of millions of dollars up front, lower down their streaming hours because they don't have to be a slave to this shit anymore, but yet still stream on a full-time basis, more like a normal worker, 40 hours a week, because Shroud and Ninja, they don't stream as much as they used to. They just don't. They won't on Mixer. They don't have to. They've gotten this big payday. And so it's not only more advantageous for the streamers to take that money, because now they can actually live a fucking life outside of sitting in front of a computer screen and follow different ventures like Ninja is on TV shows, doing movies, doing Ellen tours, fucking on reality TV, becoming more Hollywood, becoming more of a celebrity. It's the best of both worlds. So I believe that Twitch wants these guys, but I don't believe Twitch thinks they're worth what Mixer's giving it. And I think that's probably the case. They're probably just not worth $30 million to Twitch right now. And it's going to they're going to continue to lose people until eventually they're going to have to open up their pocketbook and go, that's it. Or Mixer becomes so big that they don't have to buy people out anymore. They just want to come over. And then now we're back at more of an even playing field.
So again, I agree with pretty much everything you said. The only counterpoint I could come up with if I was going to play devil's advocate to that position is that just like you were saying, if Twitch were to bring over, or if Mixer's bringing over these guys, it's obviously going to be more value to Mixer because of where Mixer is as a platform right now. So the value proposition is infinitely higher than it would be from Twitch's perspective if you look at it from that position.
Yep.
But if you look at it from Twitch's position where Mixer is the first platform to really come up and threaten it, now you're looking at, okay, if we give these guys up, do we nip this in the bud now And yeah, they're not technically worth $30 million in the same valuation perspective that Mixer is applying.
I see where you're
but
going.
if Twitch applies the value proposition of, if we nip this now, we bite the bullet and buy them out.
We kill them.
We kill them because they can only afford to fund this platform for so long. And we're already in a economically stable position because we've been in the game for 9 years now. Mixer is basically floating on Microsoft money because they're not making enough money outside of that.
Which is more than
is.
Twitch money. I'll tell you that right
Yes. But it's not generating its money. It's just it's leeching money.
Well, this is the startup cost, right?
Exactly.
This is burning.
So Twitch's play would be is how much money can we get them to burn to make sure that we keep our position. Whereas they're not as valuable to us necessarily from the proposition that they're not giving us $30 million in value back in viewership eyeballs necessarily. Because we're not building a platform anymore.
No, we're there.
We're there.
Yeah.
But we are protecting or giving us even more time or perhaps even completely stalling out our only major competitor for the next decade. That's how I would look at it from Twitch's perspective. Is you're not looking at it from that perspective of building the platform because it's already there. It's what are we going to do to
stop the bleeding,
to stop Mixer from putting us in a position where not only do we have to spend money on existing people leaving, but new people coming up so that we can combat this new threat in the market. YouTube never presented a problem. Hitbox never presented a problem. Own TV never presented a problem.
No.
Twitch has been in their own little bubble for almost 10 straight years now. And so that's what I would be concerned about as Twitch is we might be saving this money now, but how much money are we going to spend to combat this in the future if we let them go? And I think the gamble for them is Twitch is looking at it from the perspective of we are still number one. We're likely to be number one for a minimum of 5 more years. And how many more people, how many more Shrouds, how many more Ninjas are going to pop up organically on our platform by sheer size alone and just odds in the next 5 years that we won't have to fund $30 million for them to bring value to the platform and to replace the people that we've lost. That's really the only thing I can think of that they'd be able to get away with in terms of risk management on letting these guys go. And it's probably it's not an easy decision for Twitch at all.
I mean, they're either going to burn hundreds of millions of dollars over the next several years keeping people that are already on the fucking platform. Right, that's what hurts, is you're already making free money essentially off these streamers. And now you got to pay to have them actually be on your platform. When ultimately, that was not the case. Before, it was free for us to be on the platform. But now, it's kind of like this reverse role where the guys that have power and they can see it now. That's the crazy thing, dude. I don't care what anybody says. They can go ahead and give me a kumbaya story. Oh, my favorite streamer, he or she would never leave Mixer because
they would.
Because they bleed purple. I've been here for 80 months. I've got my 80-month badge. They bleed purple. They've been through this long relationship. They started their career here. Without Twitch, they would be nobody.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You get a phone call from somebody at Mixer.
Yes.
And they say, hey, how would you like 20, 30, how would you like $10 million to stream for 2 years? Not only that, we have these lineup of games that nobody knows that's coming yet. We would love for you to spearhead them. Every game you sell, we're going to give you a cut. We're going to give you this much. How much are you making per sub on Twitch? Here, when you sign up for the first month, every sign up that you bring from that community over, 100%.
Yeah.
So not only are you going to get the big check when you come, but you're going to get some residual money over and over and over again. And here's the kicker. If you don't like it after your 2-year term, why don't you head back on over to Twitch?
Yeah. It's that easy.
You throw $10 million in front of anybody that's got a fucking goddamn brain, where you've worked your ass for years to build your career, and somebody finally comes to you. It's like building a company, and you can sell it out, you can sell it, but you still have full control over your company.
Yes.
For a couple of years.
Yes.
I'm going to tell y'all right now.
You'd be insane
You'd be insane not to do it.
You'd be an idiot.
Your kids. You are setting up generational wealth off a video game career that you've had.
Yes.
And it's a once in a lifetime opportunity because this is only going to happen for so many years. Once Mixer comes so big,
you get a tiny window.
That's it. They're not going to be paying you anymore. This is, you're watching a streaming company come up from the ground up, and they need your help, and they're willing to pay for it. You bring your talent, your hard work the community you've built for years. We're going to pay you millions of dollars to come and do it for a few years.
Yes.
If you don't like it, leave.
Yes.
And this is a window. There's windows of time in this industry. This is a window for people to get very rich, very quick by doing nothing but changing the platform and arguably having better quality content over another place. And you're going to say no? Reality check. Every fucking streamer with a brain and a business head is going to say yes every time.
Yeah.
They're going to, no, I'm going to bleed purple anymore. They're going to bleed blue.
And you'd be insane
and green.
And you would be insane to complain about a content creator taking that deal. People will, but you would be fucking loony. At what point when the only thing that is changing is the platform that they are on, and the only thing from a viewer perspective is that your badge goes away and you have to use a different URL to get there, and then you see the person that you have likely watched since nothingness.
Yes.
Genesis.
Yes.
Day one.
Yes.
With a shit webcam on Dinocaster in the middle of a fucking dank basement at 10 FPS because nobody could stream higher.
Yep.
And now they're presented, and their family is presented after years of grinding with an opportunity, and all that changes is a URL. Platform is a URL.
Is a URL.
You shut your fucking mouth.
You take the fucking money.
You be happy for that person, for God's sake.
You damn right you're fucking happy.
You be happy for the streamer.
Somebody comes to me with a deal of millions of dollars with a newborn son and a family, and if I say no to that because of some sort of integrity or some sort of like moral...
It's not even about integrity. It's not like you're killing babies.
No, you're
changing a URL. Your brand doesn't change. Literally nothing changes.
Nothing changes.
But the URL.
That's it.
That's all it is.
That's it. That's the show.
Full stop.
And to be honest with you, bro, the thing that's really getting me from Mixer taking all these streamers is, where's the negativity? I'm not seeing much of it.
No.
I'm not seeing...
Thank God.
I'm not seeing much of it.
And you know why? Because everyone's going, man, I hope I get in on that
deal.
Fucking
right. Everybody's shutting their goddamn mouth.
Yes.
And streamers are taking more shots at Twitch publicly.
Yes.
And it's code for, hey, Mixer,
I'm over here.
Give me a call. I'm not going to flat out come and say it.
I'm over here.
Hey, Mixer, I have 10,000 concurrent viewers.
I'll take $1 million.
I exist.
Shit, I'll take 100 G's.
Just
give me over.
Dude, I'm telling you guys right now, and I'm going to end this here. Your favorite streamers, if they're big enough, they're going to be presented with an opportunity.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, 98% of them
are going to
fucking take it.
That's just
They're going to take it. And you, as a fan, you're going to be happy for them. You're going to be extremely happy for them.
Just be
because
happy for them.
If you are truly about that support, if you are truly, really about that support and not about a URL, you are going to be ecstatic that your support over those many years has put this streamer in a position where they get to change their family tree financially and really get to do what they love without the daily stress.
Not have to do 10, 12-hour days,
They get to live healthier. They're going to entertain you better.
6, 8-hour days.
They get to breathe heavy or breathe easy again.
5, 6 days a week.
Dude,
work a regular 40-hour week.
It's incredible. I'm happy for every single one of those streamers that are getting bought out. I don't feel bad for Twitch because at the end of the day, Twitch is not really hurting right now. We're going to see it happen over time, but this is great news for us entertainers to get what we're worth.
So who's next?
In terms of big boys, I think Tim the Tatman.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going next, and then I think Ann's going too. And I think one of those two are going to be announced before New Year's. I think by the end of this year or for New Year's, like leading into January 1st, I think we're going to see one of those two go next.
I agree with those picks. My heart says Doc, but like we've said in previous podcasts, his brand is a tough one to deal with, and I bet you there's a really good chance
he's already been offered.
He said it, and he's declined it.
He said it. He said something about, I watched the clip where he said he's gone to Washington before anybody signed the deals, before Ninja, before anybody, and they had those talks, and he wasn't interested. Doc is really hung up on, from what I'm gathering from the clips that I've seen, he's really hung up on viewership. Yeah. And not only that, he's also hung up on the sponsorship opportunities behind the scenes.
Right.
So the $1 million activation, campaigns and stuff that come all the time with Twitch.
Yeah. I think he's smart too, because with his brand, it would be more challenging on Mixer.
Yeah.
And then with those brand activations, they're only going to increase for him in the short term as his contemporaries around him, like a Shroud, etc., a Ninja.
Well, he's only going to go. He's going to go up because his competition is leaving.
Yes.
So if he stays, he gets to stay completely true to his brand.
Yes.
Not only that, I have a feeling that Doc is probably in the midst of actually signing a deal with Twitch. And I think that's going to be Twitch's big fuck you to Mixer, where they're going to lock in Doc, and Doc's going to, say, hey, I signed a multi-year deal with Twitch. I ain't going nowhere. I'm about this shit. I think he'll be the bad boy for Twitch.
Yeah.
Before, I thought Doc would leave, but as I continue to hear Doc continue to... Now, this could be a big throw-off where he might actually be getting ready to go, but he's making it totally seem like he isn't. But I got a feeling if Twitch is going to buy out a big streamer that's well-known, I think it will be Doc. And I think that they'll actually fight for him. I think they'll pay the money to have Doc go, because I feel like if Doc goes, his type of personality, his brand, a lot of those viewers are going with him. And I truly think what you said as well, that Mixer will want to tone him down a bit.
Yeah.
And it's either Doc is either going to, he'll never change who he is, right? I believe that, because if he does, he really hurts his brand. Like, that's one of the brands
that's
that,
his entire brand.
you can't fuck with that formula. Or he doubles down and says, okay, you can go ahead and censor me, but I'm going to turn it into a meme. So he'll, for when he does crazy shit, he'll do like a Mixer censor type thing. So he'll turn it into like this meta shit where he's doing shit he shouldn't be doing, but he's censoring himself while doing it as a joke.
There are ways for him to get around it. If the money is big enough, he's going to take the money.
100%, bro.
It's just for him. I think you're right. I think he's a little hung up on it, and I think Doc is trying to play a little bit more off the two of them to see who's really going to go
who's
in on it.
Who's going to pay the
biggest.
biggest.
I think some people are taking the first offer on the table, and I don't think Doc did.
No.
And he has no reason to. And really, none of them needed to.
Yeah.
But I think some of them were just looking for a reason to change.
Yep.
Some people are like that. They just want to. They see the opportunity. The door opens. They go, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. And the money's good enough that their whole career could blow up. Who gives a fuck?
Gives a shit.
$20 million.
And
$10 million.
A lot of these guys are already
$5 million. $1 million. Fuck it. They're already multimillionaires.
Yep.
So it's at this point, you're doing it for the love of it. You're in it for the game.
Yep.
So my other big call that I want to see is, I think that we're going to see them pick up esports team contracts.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be 100 Thieves.
That would just be massive.
100 Thieves is on such a fucking meteoric, and we've talked about it before.
Yeah.
Just such a meteoric rise, and they seem to be everywhere all the time, and everything they do turns to fucking gold. And I don't think they have any particular loyalties yet. And the brands that they're coming up with are
big.
Just fucking massive.
It's big.
The ties are huge, and I think that they focus, and they're their nade shot. Everyone, they're shooters. So there's the Halo opportunity.
Halo's
is there,
gonna be the big play, bro.
And I think that's why you're going to see 100 Thieves.
Halo's the big play, bro.
It's not that they're going to buy them out entirely and say everyone has to, on 100 Thieves, have to stream on Mixer. I just think there's going to be a brand deal with Mixer, minimum for a Halo team coming out of 100 Thieves.
Yeah.
And they'll
I think Halo's going to be.
I
think Halo esports is going to be exclusive to Mixer.
Oh, that will 100%. Yes, yeah. So if you have a team, like if they did a deal, it would be exclusively streaming on Mixer, because I think that's a big opportunity for them to do that. And I think it will still get plenty of eyeballs by the time it rolls around. I mean, we're talking the end of next year, and like you were just saying, and I agree. The next 365 days is going to see some pretty exponential growth for the platform
100%.
to the point that by the time an esport were to roll around in, let's say, 2021 for a Halo.
Yeah. I mean, also, you think about it for people that have been streaming like myself for 8 years, 9 years.
Yeah.
People that have been around a long... See, even with guys like Summit. Right?
Yes.
I don't want to speak for Summit, but it'd be very appealing for streamers that are on their last leg, right? that have been doing this a long time, want to change in life,
or
getting
they've
older.
just, not necessarily last leg, but like they've stalled out
They've
because
stalled out.
they've got as much out of the Twitch platform as you can.
To be presented with a big check,
yes,
to move over for a couple years, and then at the end of that couple years, you go, okay, do I still want to do this? Right? I think that there's a big market for that as well, but time will only tell. But I think Tim the Tap Man and or Ann are going to be the next ones to go.
Yes.
That's my thing.
I agree. I'm like hit or miss on Tim.
Yeah,
I think Ann is an almost guaranteed.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I
think that's the 100 in the bag.
Yeah,
right there.
I think
for
so
sure.
too.
Tim is a little bit more because Tim is almost in the realm of a Doc situation, not because it's his shtick, it's just him.
Yeah,
and I don't know how.
I've seen his comments on it though. I think enough money.
Oh no, I'm not saying he wouldn't.
Yeah,
I'm saying from Microsoft's perspective, do they take him? Not will.
But he's a lot more PG than Doc.
Yes, yeah.
He's a good dude. Like
he is a good dude.
He's a good like personal entertainer. He's like he's like really good at games, but he's also got that personality that can connect with the viewer very well. So I think that'd be a big pickup for them. But anyway,
there you go.
That was the first topic. Jesus.
We have a lot to go, but some of the stuff is pretty
okay.
Whatever.
I mean, that's big news, man. That's a big
huge
thing.
News. If you're seeing desync with the audio video, don't worry about it. It's just because the mixer is basically instantaneous and the camera is a little bit.
We'll fix it.
I'll fix it like next week, or maybe I won't.
Either way,
it's technical alpha.
It's technical alpha.
Speaking of technical alpha, WWE 2K20 is the most broken mess of a game I think I've seen. It could be in the last decade. This shit's more broken than Fallout, bro.
It's bad. I know. I've seen
every
clips.
video that comes out, it gets worse and worse, and it got so bad that Sony has actually started refunding people that have purchased it on the platform because it's that broken. That's rare. That shit doesn't just crop up every day where the fucking like Microsoft or Sony steps in and goes, all right, guys, we will give you or make sure you get your money back because this game is so fucking broken.
Yep.
And it's a shame, too, because there were some cool ideas within the game. They were bringing a lot of old wrestlers in. They had like this almost like FMV Clue type shit that was like a thing that they were doing in the game. It was wild. There were some kind of really interesting ideas, and I have been waiting to be able to play a fucking wrestling game for what feels like 15 years now. And they keep getting worse. I keep thinking maybe eventually we will get back to a place where wrestling games aren't dog shit, and every year they get worse.
Nope.
And this continues to be it. We were just talking about when we were building your computer, we were talking about the wrestling games that we loved growing up. Yours was, what was it, WrestleMania 2000?
WrestleMania 2000 for the N64.
And I'm a WCW versus NWO Revenge on the N64 guy. And then the only other one that I could say is SmackDown Shut Your Mouth or whatever on the PS2 was the most perfect combination of relatively elaborate control, like what you could do with your wrestlers, plus the create-a-wrestler shit was insane.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of customization was off the wall. And then I've never played another game, I don't think. I mean, there was a couple, but I haven't played one since, where you could stack like 4 tables on top of each other.
Yes.
Put another 2 tables in the ring, put a ladder on top of that, and powerbomb a motherfucker through 4 tables off of 2 tables and a ladder. You can't do that shit anymore.
No, doesn't exist.
You just can't do that shit, and that's not fair. We need to be able to do that again. So yeah, there you go. That's an unfortunate thing to see. Hopefully we get some wrestling games in the future because I haven't played one in a hot minute. I'd love to. Warcraft 3 Reforged beta lands November 1st.
Woo! Can't wait. It's tomorrow.
And neither can Blizzard, because they need something to get the heat off of them. Unfortunately, this weekend, also BlizzCon.
I know, my
and
God.
I can't. I mean, I'm going to be away
a
for
fucking
it.
5-alarm fire.
I'm going to wait for it. I'm kind of sad I'm away for it, but I'll just be getting the highlights.
Bro, by this time next week, it's going to be a juicy podcast.
Oh my
so
goodness.
You know some shit is going to go down.
Shigeru Miyamoto, everyone knows who that is, becomes the first video game creator to be recognized as a person of cultural merit in Japan. This is an award, so there's an actual award, for person of cultural merit in Japan. It's awarded by the government, and it's basically the highest honor a creator can receive. A couple of years ago, they gave it to Studio Ghibli's head guy, for example. And yeah, he's the first video game guy to get it. And I mean, if you're going to choose one,
that's a good guy to choose.
the father of Mario,
That's
probably your choice.
Yes.
Probably your choice. Speaking of Fallout 76, could have put this right after WWE. It introduced. This is a fuck it. This is proof to me now that Bethesda is really and truly they've lost their minds, or they're actually just trying to actively kill themselves. And we're watching it in real time. It's like we're watching somebody tie a noose standing on a chair in the bathroom right now. Fallout 76 introduced a 100. This is if you take the 1 year at a time. Otherwise, it's even more, like $144 a year if you pay monthly. $100 a year subscription service for Fallout 76. This nets you the oft-requested private servers to play with your friends and your friends only, if you so choose. I think there's only up to like 8 of them or something. It's relatively limited. And you get a couple other bonuses, like you have an infinite scrap container that for the first little while was deleting all of your scrap that you put in it. You also get an insignificant amount of in-game currency once a month. And what was the other thing?
A 10
for fast travel.
It's a big nope for me, Doug. That's $100.
Jeff, that's $100 a year for Fallout 76. That is $100 a year for the worst game
Can we just have
in the last 2 decades.
Can we have a moment of silence and an F in chat right now for everybody's $100 who actually buys that shit?
They're actually spending this money, Jeff. That is the thing people are doing, and I don't understand why. I don't get it. I don't understand why anyone would want to spend any more money on this game, let alone $100+ a year for dog shit.
Oh, that's bad, bro. That's bad. That's not even $49.
Dude, you're getting into the Xbox Ultimate Game Pass echelon with that much money a year.
Yes.
Where you get free games like Outer Worlds and shit.
Is this
to
game
play.
Yeah, exactly? Is this game exactly like actual fucking games?
Like actually full games, like libraries of games
as they come out
for that much a month, or you get shitty private servers. Which if the last person that is a paying person on that server leaves, everyone else that's on it, if they don't have it, gets booted. It is bar none proof to me that Bethesda, like I said, is either
they're done, man.
They're testing the waters to see how stupid they can get.
Oh, they've already tested that.
Or they're actively
end,
trying to kill themselves. Or what I really think it is they actually don't know what they're doing anymore. Because I refuse to believe that anyone with a brain does this. I refuse to believe it. I cannot fathom that anyone would see Fallout 76 internally at the company as something to release this kind of release anything more. The game, just let the game die. Never talk about Fallout 76 again.
Is it even going to be here in a year?
It's the biggest PR disaster of the last 2 decades.
Is it even going to be here in a year, Adam? Like who the fuck is thinking yearly here? Like who's thinking long term with Fallout 76?
Bethesda.
No.
They're trying to bridge this game into Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6.
No.
That's what they're bridging right now.
No.
Nothing else is coming.
Bro, if they said, listen, it's $100 a year for private servers or whatever for all of our games, it's a little bit different. And even then you go, no, bro, I'm good. But Fallout...
Because I've already played all your games.
Fallout 76, bro?
Oh, my God. I can't...
It wasn't Fallout 76 a free-to-play game? Or do you have to...
You pay for it, and then everything, like there's egregious in-game, like, microtransactions, but it's a...
You have to pay up front for it, too?
It's not a monthly cost. It's you spend your $60 on the game, then you go play it, and then there's microtransactions.
The answer's no.
And then they want...
The answer's no.
So you get this, Jeff. So you're on the Xbox, it's like, or the PlayStation, you're paying for your gold service to play games online, $10 a month or whatever. Then you're paying your $60 for Fallout 76 plus whatever microtransactions you're spending on it because the game is so fucking broken. And then you spend another if it's monthly, it's $12. If you pay a whole year, it's $100 on top of that. You're spending upwards of $200+ a year US on Fallout 76.
No. No. It's over. What's next? Fuck. That just hurt my soul.
There's a couple more.
Oh.
A couple more things. Non-paying players are griefing paying players in protest. So if you're a paying player and you're showing up, you get like these unique emotes and shit. And somebody was like, I emoted, and there were 5 guys dressed up in costume came and beat me to death. It's like actual
That's funny.
Societal strata now appearing in Fallout 76 in some fit of irony.
It's either you got money or you don't, right?
That's just fucking funny.
Get off my streets.
And then
Come to the wrong fucking neighborhood, bro, with those emotes.
And then somebody bought FalloutFirst.com before Bethesda could get to it. And it's Fallout Fuck You First. Member fuck. They have a whole website for this shit, bro.
Wow, dude.
They have a whole website for this. I'ma just hold on.
Was Bethesda planning to buy this?
Well, they probably should have. I'm just gonna go over here and turn this so the stream can see this.
Fallout First.
Fallout First, private world, scrap boxes, and more, coming, spelt the way you think it would be, to Fallout 76 with Fallout Fuck You First. And he did this, dude. Look at this page, bro. Look at this fucking page. He put a whole page together. Ever since Fallout 76 launched, we have consistently done nothing to improve and evolve the experience based on your shitty feedback. That's why we're excited to launch Fallout Fuck You First, a premium ass-pounding membership that offers something dumbass players have been asking for since before launch. Private worlds for you and your idiot friends. So we decided to put it behind a paywall. In addition to this huge feature, Fallout Fuck You First also includes a host of pointless items and cult bonuses, all of which you can find on my foreskin. And the best part, Fallout Fuck You First is available to screw you right now.
This is great.
What's included behind the Fallout First paywall? Private worlds. Play in a private world exclusively for you and up to 7 friends. A scrap box and unlimited storage for crafting components in your own scrap box container. A survival tent. A new playable or placeable fast travel point with a stash, sleeping bag, and more for your basic needs. You get atoms. 1,650 atoms per month.
I got my atom.
Yeah, you do. And in the Atomic Shop, Ranger armor outfit. An iconic Fallout outfit exclusively for members. And last but not least, icons and emote pack, which is why that guy got jumped and beat up. Unique icons and emotes available only to members.
Wow. It's a big nope for me, dog.
And this goes on, and it's funny, and you should definitely. It's Fallout.
And you know what?
First.com.
The humor is right on there with Fallout too.
It is,
which is great.
It is 100%. I'm just showing off the entire.
There you go. You just
the whole list is
spoiled
the podcast.
The, podcast there.
Yeah, it's game over. Now everyone knows what we're going to talk about.
Rip.
Next up, EA joins Steam in a similar manner as Uplay, putting their games on the platform. That's coming up. They're going to slowly start releasing stuff. It incorporates third-party DRM, everyone's favorite thing, that requires Origin running in the background and an Origin account to work. So basically, you're running Origin, logged in, but you can buy the games on Steam, which is the same thing as Uplay. So you like if you forget to, you're like launching Steam, then you go to launch a game, then Steam launches Origin to then launch. It's a clusterfuck. Yeah. It's a massive workaround.
I thought that you would be able to just play it via Steam.
Well, you can, but it opens up Origin in the background for the DRM and everything.
See, I was a little confused because at first I thought that we were getting rid of that Origin shit and we were going over to Steam.
That's right.
But we're not.
No.
Well, then I don't care about this.
No. And neither should pretty much anyone else. Death Stranding got another 8-minute trailer, Jeff. This is the last one coming up before the game, I believe, actually launches. 8-minute trailer. Still don't know what the fuck the game is.
I have watched approximately 90 seconds of footage of that game.
Yep.
Since it's been shown.
I've watched everything, and I can tell you after watching everything, you and I know exactly the same amount about Death Stranding and what the fuck it is.
You know what I'm going to challenge myself to do? I'm going to challenge myself to play Death Stranding.
Okay.
Without streaming it. I'm going to go into my
Man vs. Game.
I'm going to go into my man cave.
Yeah.
This is going to be the game that I play by myself with no audience, no nothing, with a beer, with me and my boxers, maybe my cock out.
And Conan O'Brien giving you an otter suit.
That's it. And exactly. And I'm just gonna play the game, and then I'll come out of it, and I'll go, this is what I thought of. This was my actual thoughts.
Actual thoughts
of a gamer just playing the game.
I think that's the way to do it.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Because I mean, I can't. I don't know. If I'm gonna be real, the more I see the game, the less I want to play it. It's one of those weird things where up front I was like, this is great. We're seeing, and it probably is still going to be great, but like we're seeing Hideo Kojima unleashed, unchained. This is going to be his baby, literally. We're going to see what he's got without the confines of the taskmaster above him. And then the more I saw the game, I was like, I just don't know if I want to play this game. So I think I might want to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to play it.
Exactly.
So we'll see. I have no idea.
I know I'm not excited for it. I don't care if it exists. If they said, hey, we had to cancel it, I'd go, eh.
I like that it exists, but I'm not sitting here like chomping at the bit.
I'm with you.
To play it. Also, it was announced that it's coming to PC 2020 summertime.
There you go. I'll stick to the PlayStation.
Getting that out of the way for people right away. Rumors are continuing to circulate that Overwatch 2 is going to be more PvE based. BlizzCon is likely to reveal more, but this is continuing kind of from what we heard about a while back. There was a rumor about that. Mostly shot down. I'm going to assume that these rumors are probably pretty accurate at this point. They've been already doing that kind of stuff with some of the releases within Overwatch as it stands.
Yeah.
So it would make sense to me that they'd maybe try to expand on that a bit and continue to go in that PvE direction to a degree. I don't care either way. Maybe Overwatch works better in a PvE environment. Maybe that's what Overwatch needs.
I just don't want it to become a Destiny, and I feel like we're going there.
It's like a micro Destiny.
Yeah.
I
think that's where we're going there. Little tiny raid bosses, little tiny, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
Either way, once again, I'm not excited. Don't care.
No. Interested is the word I like to use.
Intrigued is probably one I'd use.
Last of Us 2 delayed until the spring.
It's not that big of a delay.
It was like
4 months?
6 months almost.
Is it 6?
Almost like 5 months. Something like that.
Okay.
It's lengthy. But there you go. For those who cared about The Last of Us 2, again,
not
me.
I do. I want to play it.
No.
But I'd rather have them bring out a quality game.
Smash it.
Instead of a WWE. You know what I mean?
They'd have to go. I feel like they'd have to go out of their way at this point to make it that broken. Jeff, that's all I've got for that. You know what's next? Time to sell out, bro?
Yeah. If you guys want to show some love to the sponsor, NordVPN, promo code OTT, 70% off. Link is in the description. That's, once again, NordVPN. I don't have my spreadsheet here. Yeah, so I'm a little unprepared.
Let me handle it for you, Jeff.
Go for it.
NordVPN, first of all, just because we've already addressed this, but I'm going to address it one more time since we're in the new room now, and people are probably going to bring it up because every YouTuber under the sun that was also sponsored by Nord has been going through this entire process as well, is that Nord announced that they were hacked in like March, I think, of 2018. And they put out a statement on it that was neither here nor there. I wasn't particularly thrilled about the statement. Nobody was particularly thrilled about the statement. But at the end of the day, every single fucking provider has gone through this to some degree, and you might not have heard about it. The thing for me with Nord is that they are still, unequivocally, the best provider. And most of the YouTubers that you'll hear talk about this thing will say, you know what? I really want to use them, but, and then they're basically just trying to protect themselves. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I just don't give a fuck. Every service I've ever used has been hacked at least once. Whether it's a VPN, my credit card company, my bank, my anything.
Yeah.
Google,
anything.
Microsoft's Hotmail, everything has been hacked. Everything. At minimum of one time.
Yeah.
Minimum. Sometimes.
Multiple.
In a short span of time. And you know how many people handled it with dignity and smashed it to the park? 0. Goose egg. Always bad. Never handled the way people like. And it's not going to change here. But what is going to change is that at the like people's biggest complaint was that they didn't come out and say right away, fuck it. They're handling it. We're going to see that they've increased the security measures. They've already stated that they're going to do it. I believe they're going to, because there's no reason for them not to lose their position in the market right now. I'm not worried about it.
And no data got leaked.
I'm not worried about it.
Nobody's private data got leaked.
I'm not worried about it. But if you are, that's fine. We're just not going to stop the sponsorship. Some people did.
I'm not, because
we're not.
You know what I use Nord for, and what 99% of people use Nord for?
Yeah.
Changing their IP address.
Yeah, for
so
Netflix,
that you can watch Netflix in a different region, and or if you're in a public place and you want to be on a private network, you be on a private network. I'm not running a multi-million-dollar business on a bunch of servers,
and maybe you should be looking at a more
maybe you should hire
industrial level.
I think the vast majority of the people that are using NordVPN, are
they're fine. They're beyond fine.
They're beyond fine. So NordVPN, promo code OTT.
That's right, 70% off.
70% off.
NordVPN, fantastic. They allow P2P if you want to do that stuff. They have servers for that. It works pretty much anywhere globally. There's even the great firewall is in China. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
They've got workarounds for that. They're speedy. They're secure. Believe me, they're secure.
They're secure.
You'll
be okay.
And for the amount of money that you spend each month, it's almost nothing. It's like a cup of coffee every single month with this discount.
From what I'm told, somebody just signed up again earlier yesterday, and they still said they were getting 75% off.
Well, there you go.
So if you use that promo code OTT, you
might
still
even get an extra 5.
Get an extra 5% off, honestly.
You might even get it.
So there it is.
But yeah, you can use it on up to 6 devices. I have it on several devices myself. It allows you to really spread it throughout the house if you have multiple computers.
I straight up use it daily, bro. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Yeah.
I use it every day.
Yeah, I've been using it long since before we were sponsored. I still have more than enough faith in them. They need to do a lot worse than have one key that didn't really have anything of any value on it get lost on one server in
God knows how many.
Finland or someplace. It had to be a lot worse than that.
Yeah.
This is not Equifax.
Yeah, and they fucked up.
That's a rough one. That's a rough one. So, NordVPN, promo code OTT. There you go. Mr. Black, what about our Patreon page?
Patreon.com/LagTV. As you guys can see, we have been putting your money to great use. I don't know how many thousands of dollars we just spent setting all this up. We got new monitors for all of us. We got a new mixer. We've got, Elgato sent us a light. We actually got more lights coming.
We got another light on the way, so it'll be a little bit better lit.
A little bit better lit. We upgraded like crazy. So, this is the next phase in Technical Alpha.
Yes.
I have dedicated one room in my house strictly for podcasts, which means this setup is stationary.
Yes.
We'll be here every week. As soon as Adam comes over, he boots up the stream. I host it from the other room. It's great. It runs well. If you guys enjoy the podcast, which I know you do, and the podcasts have been growing, go over to patreon.com/LagTV and let's get us back up to around the 3K mark.
That's right.
Let's do it.
Get it there.
We've upgraded, boys.
We did. We upgraded.
We've upgraded.
We upgraded big.
We've upgraded big, and we appreciate your support. You get different perks. We got merchandise we've shipped out to a lot of you guys. More of it is going out as we continue to get more of yous in there. So if you really want to go above and beyond, you can do that. If you can't support financially, totally understand. Go ahead and share the podcast with your friends, your family, whatever. If you think that they'd enjoy the gaming news, movie stuff, or just shooting the shit. You can also go subscribe to our YouTube channel, Life's a Glitch TV. And then Life's a Glitch TV 2 is the clips, so that you don't have to watch this in 2-3 hour increments. You can watch them in different chunks, just so it's easier for you to consume. But thank you so much, guys. We've been doing this now for over 2 years, I would imagine. Now it's been like 2 years, well over 2 years.
It's been a hot minute, bro.
It's been a long time.
It's been a hot minute. And yes, Mark, our editor is saying we've got to measure the screen here so that we can get neutral density gel across. Why did the chat just disappear?
Oh, it just reloaded.
For the TV, because right now, like we have a camcorder that's it's a good camcorder, but it's not meant for this kind of work. And so the screen, that's why you're seeing it blown out now.
Yeah, we'll figure it. Hey.
And so our boy, he knows what's up. It's a thing called neutral density gel, apparently. You put it over there.
We'll get there.
And it should work.
For the first week of this full setup, the
fact that it even works.
This has gone great. Dude, you guys should see
impressive.
Adam's little DJ system over there.
Man, we got this.
We'll have to do like a behind-the-scenes video at some point.
You've taken a lot of pictures, but
yeah, it's crazy. So he just basically clicks buttons and music plays and all this other stuff. Maybe Adam, he'll take a picture and then he'll
I can take a picture,
tweet it out or something.
At some point. Yeah. No, it's big. Let's just check this out.
Look, he just clicks a button. Well, what did that do? What is that doing? Is that making?
Yeah, it's restarting the drum loop over and over.
Oh, okay.
Every time I just click, I can DJ it a bit.
Yeah, there you go.
Just for.
So there it is. You know, it's a simple, clean, sleek look. Also, as you guys notice, we can do screen share.
Yes,
we'll be able to watch videos together,
which is coming up in the next segment.
Coming up right now for movies and TV.
Mr. Black.
Yes.
The Witcher got an official trailer, and it's coming out December 20th.
Ooh.
And we got the trailer right here, and we're going to start this off right now. So for those of you listening,
I actually haven't seen this. So is there headphones for me?
Actually, if you go over there, my headphones might have a long enough cable to reach you. We're doing it live. We're gonna have to get a couple of like pairs of like earbuds or something.
Yeah. Oh, you can get. I got HD 280s or whatever. It's only $100. I got a pair over there.
That should be loud enough.
I hear you. Ooh, I hear myself too.
You can hear yourself too. So this is a first for us. But for those of you watching live, I'm gonna put the screen on so that you can watch the trailer. We're not in like a corner or anything. We're just legitimately watching the trailer. You'll hear us talking over it. Mm-hmm. And then for those on the RSS feed, you won't obviously you cannot see it, but you will hear. You'll hear the sound. Trailer.
Yes, you'll hear
in
the sound.
Background.
And this gives you guys a reason to go over to our YouTube channel, subscribe, and watch the.
If you want to see, well, you won't even see facial expressions.
Well, no, but they'll actually see the trailer.
Yes.
Yeah, you can watch it with us.
All right, here we go. We're getting the headphones on.
Let's do it. I actually haven't seen this yet, so you guys are going to get my genuine reaction.
The genuine article. Let me just pull this up real quick. This is not a perfect setup because of any number of reasons. But
you can just still full screen it right from there.
Oh yeah, I'll just do this.
Yep. Boom.
Boom.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. The Witcher. Here we go.
2 minutes and 20 seconds of Witcher.
I've heard tales of your
Can you turn me up?
Witcher.
Perfect.
You're a mutant. Created by magic. Roaming the continent.
We don't want your kind here.
Hunting monsters.
Looks really good, visually.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you'd have fangs or horns or something.
I had them filed down.
Not
it was a weak delivery on that line.
Yeah, I'm not fully sold on him yet. He can do the action well.
Why not kill them?
Because then I am what they say I am.
All of our choices draw our destinies closer.
Very Games of Thrones-y.
I think that was the idea, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they talked about this being the Game of Thrones for Netflix, right? Action looks good.
Yeah.
They say witches can't feel human emotion. What do you believe?
There's Henry Cavill juiced out of his mind.
Evil is evil. Lesser. Greater.
Magic.
Middling.
King's Landing.
It's all the same.
He's kind of got the voice down though. But like I said, his acting has never blown me away. But the action he'll do well.
Oh yeah.
Is your destiny. I can't protect her. If you dismiss it, Geralt! You will unleash true calamity upon
Not gonna lie, this actually looks pretty good.
It does.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, The Witcher. It's coming. That's coming December 20th, I believe, was the date they gave for that bad boy.
I'm not even mad at that.
No.
It actually looks fucking good. It actually looks good.
It looks better than I thought it was going to look. It looks higher budget than I thought it was going to look.
Yeah,
Way higher budget than I thought
imagine
it was
if it's
look.
good, the next season will get more,
even more money,
more and more money,
which
right?
is impressive. Now, it's not even a question mark because you know he's not going to act it well. But Henry Cavill, you're not watching this because Henry Cavill is going to smash Geralt.
He might though, because I haven't played much Witcher, so I don't really know exactly how the character is. So the character might actually play to his strengths.
Well, it will because he's not super like Geralt isn't like Geralt's range is very very limited.
Yeah, he's like kind of monotone-ish,
he's
right?
Just So the range of emotion is there are parts where it's a little, but it's not a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Like
I think he might actually do well. I think he might actually. I think this is good casting. Honestly, he looks like him. Holy fuck,
he does. They nailed they nailed that, and God bless.
Cinematography looked great. The fucking the shots, they looked really nice. The acting overall, like from even everybody else in there, looked real
good.
fucking good.
Yeah.
The CGI looked well done.
And this is after books, but this is being made because the video games are popular.
Yeah.
Like they're putting this out there like based on the international best-selling books, but at the end of the day, this is happening because of the video games.
Yeah.
And so this would be like the first real successful video game transition from video game to small or big screen
in a long time,
basically, that we've ever had. No video game has really gotten anywhere. Like Warcraft did big numbers, but just because it was Warcraft, it had nothing to do with the quality.
Didn't do big enough to do a sequel.
No, the movie was fucking terrible, and the Silent Hill, the first Silent Hill movie was good, but
Resident Evil,
a horror movie.
Resident Evil did well, and then went to shit.
It did well, but it was a shit movie.
Yeah.
So like this might do well, but also not be shit. Right?
We'll see. So
we'll see. So that looked pretty good. Next up, we got Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan TV series. Was originally supposed to be a Star Wars spinoff movie.
Yeah.
And then converted to the TV show.
Yeah. I mean, that was a rumor for a long time.
I think that's probably the best move, or I won't even say it's the best move. I'm just going to say I'm happiest with that because it means that we're going to get more story and more of it in general.
It means we're going to get less budget. Like it's not going to be as big and theatrical. But at the same time, it means we're going to get more. The Star Wars stuff, the Mandalorian shit looks really fucking solid, bro. Disney Plus is coming out next month. It's going to be great. But yeah, I'd take 4 episodes of Obi-Wan over a 2-hour movie in a theater.
Pretty much any time
of the week.
Galaxy Quest. That's a movie a lot of people love. It's a beloved movie. It's getting a documentary out of nowhere. About the creation of the movie, which apparently was a little bit more rocky than you might think. I watched it. They have a trailer for it. We're not going to watch that, but there's a trailer for the documentary. It's coming out November 26th, and I haven't seen the movie in forever, but I'm going to watch it again, and then I might watch the documentary because the documentary actually looks really good. They got lots of people in there that made me intrigued, to say the least. Star Wars. Oh, here's one we are going to watch, though. I haven't seen this one yet. You have, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
The Star Wars trailer came out.
Oh, you didn't see this yet?
I didn't watch this yet.
Oh, my God.
I waited.
Okay.
I waited for this one.
All right.
So headphones back on. Got the Star Wars trailer. This is I think this is the last trailer before the movie comes.
It is.
And I went out of my way to not watch just so that we have a... There we go.
Okay.
And here we go.
It's an instinct.
feeling.
God, I can't. I'm sorry, I can't stand Daisy Ridley. I could just her character. I get like just she does everything.
Good people will fight if we lead them.
People keep telling me they know me. No one does.
But I do.
That's a cool shot.
It's kind of what Star Wars has become, is a series of cool shots.
That's also cool. Coming out with the ice.
You're coming together. Is your undoing.
What are you doing there, 3PO?
Taking one last look, sir. At my friends.
Confronting fear. It's the destiny of a Jedi.
They really like their colorful dust.
It's pretty.
Oh, the horses from the gambling ring are back.
The Force will be with you.
Always.
Okay, so, like I said, Star Wars has kind of become a series of cool shots. And that's basically what I just saw there. That was a series of really cool shots.
It's a very different trailer than the last one, where we saw like Rey with her, weirdly thing lightsaber.
Well, they're being less coy about everything now, right? They're putting.
Well, that was
more
a very commercialized
Yes.
trailer that is like very broad.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I think it's going to be better in episode 8. I just hope they tie everything together and we move on, dude. I'm actually just more excited for The Mandalorian than I am this movie.
Yeah.
But, I'll be in the theater. I'll be in IMAX. I'll be there day one with my popcorn in hand and ready to watch Star Wars, and we'll see. Well, that'll be the end of it.
Man alive, bro.
That's it.
There you go. Yeah, for me, it's a series of cool shots. The story means almost nothing to me at this point because there isn't one. The characters mean nothing to me because there aren't any. It's just kind of become one giant commercial fuck show.
Yeah, I just want it to end. I just want the trilogy to end and move on to.
I want to not have to see these characters anymore.
Yeah, good news. This is the end.
Yeah. They've gone nowhere. There's no arc to anything.
Yeah, it's been bad.
What are we wrapping up? Nothing has happened.
The Skywalker saga, Adam.
But what is that even?
Palpatine's here. We're going to find out who Rey parents are. The rest of the characters are going to die.
There's been no...
I know. I know. We're just going to let it end.
There's been nothing.
We're just going to let it end.
Okay.
We're going to let it die.
Speaking of Star Wars, the Game of Thrones guys, David, don't know his last name, Benioff? David Beatoff and DB Wiener walk away from...
It's Weiss.
I know. Walk away from Star Wars deal apparently due to scheduling conflicts. They have some sort of Netflix shit or something. That's positive.
It's great news.
It's great news. They're not involved in the Star Wars shit. That's awesome news.
It's great news because they're writing on the last season of Game of Thrones. They're actually, since George R.R. Martin had left them.
And I've got a nice follow-up for this, is that they were at a convention where they joined in on a panel at the Austin Film Festival, and somebody live tweeted the answers to the questions they were asked. Are you ready for some of this shit, bro?
I've already heard all of it, bro.
Oh, this is rough.
I've already seen it
So
all.
for those who haven't, there's a picture of these two fuck shows sitting down answering this shit, and like flippant isn't even like you'd think that would be able to answer it, but or to describe it, but I mean this is some next level shit. These guys are the most lost, egotistical fucking idiots that have ever been given the reins to such insanely huge properties I've ever seen.
Game of Thrones wasn't big until, the season became a thing, and then, then they went with it. But yeah, go ahead. You can go ahead and let the audience know what this was.
So the moderator asked why they chose to write all the episodes by themselves, and they responded, because we didn't know better. David said that HBO wanted them to hire other writers, and they decided to have Brian Cogman, their assistant, write 4 episodes instead. Dan wanted to remove as many fantasy elements as possible because, and this is in quotes, we didn't just want to appeal to that type of fan. They wanted to expand the fan base to people beyond the fantasy fan base, to mothers and NFL players, etc. Did you really sit down and try to boil the elements of the book down, or the books down, or did you really try to understand its major elements at all? No, we didn't. The scope was too big. It was about the scenes we were trying to depict, and the show was about power. What was your process? We just started writing, but as things went on, we had to outline, divvied up scripts. They didn't work together in the same room. One took first half, the other took the last half. Then they would swap. They gave episodes to Brian Cogman and David Hill. This is the craziest fucking. I'm trying to envision how any of this even came together. It's a miracle the show even came together at all. When they pitched HBO, we promised them that we would downplay the fantasy elements. It's a paraphrase. She is challenging the fact of how the Night King and the White Walkers and how it played out. They're expressing regret about putting the baby on a block of ice and him screaming. Apparently that was an actual child. I was unaware of this, but apparently that was a real baby that they put on a block of ice, and then went out of their way to take a nice long pan at his dick. And the mother was not happy because the mother was not happy because Dan just kept talking about a close-up of the baby's penis.
What a fucking gong
This is
show.
a 5-alarm fire from beginning to end.
Oh my god, dude! Why would you even say this out loud? Why would they even say this?
They are very granular in details of shots, admitting losing sight of the big picture. Were you listening to the feedback from your fans as things went along? Dan, we really did not. Dan doesn't see the value of considering other people's reactions. Dave acknowledged that he Googled the show and it upset him. Dan, not so much. Dan is saying how much they loved the books, but they had to make it their own. They have stressed several times about giving up 10 years of their life. They referenced David Chase and The Sopranos and how he said this was all such a blur. Dan said it was like a 10-year drunk party. It looked like a 10-year drunk party towards the end, where everyone was hungover.
It was a 10-year drunk party.
Where everyone was just hungover and fucked.
Good news. They're not writing the trilogy for Star Wars anymore.
God.
Bye-bye. Thank fuck. What a gong show. But instead, they got a $100 million deal from Netflix to write a series of
Who pays
shit.
these idiots $100 million to do anything?
Netflix. You know why? It's Game of Thrones clout.
It had to have been before the back half of Game of Thrones happened. They had to have been in talks since before that
honestly,
shit.
bro, I think Netflix at this point would pay it even after they say this shit.
What a
It's like,
fucking
go
mess.
ahead and do it. Because at the end of the day, dude, the creators of Game of Thrones, you put that on anything, think of the casuals that are just going to fucking soak that up, bro. They're going to be begging and crying and crawling towards the next Game of Thrones experience, even though it was garbage in the end. But overall, it was a good show. We'll see what they can do. But yeah, I'm happy they're not touching Star Wars because it's a gong show. Disney said, nope, fuck this. Disney Disney has fired so many fucking people.
They need to.
Off of all this shit, and I can guarantee you, after this trilogy, this Rise of the Skywalker, Kathleen Kennedy is gone. She is bye-bye.
She needed to be gone before.
Because at the end of the day, she was a big success for Star Wars. They made tons of cash, but man, it's been a fucking gong show behind the scenes. She's gonna say, "My job here is done," and she's gonna walk away.
Star Wars have made the money anyway without her?
Yes.
Wouldn't they have also made
Yes.
money, arguably, possibly more, but also then had good Star Wars movies?
Probably.
Because Star Wars was going to crack a bill regardless of who the
Yes.
fuck Kathleen Kennedy was. You could replace her with anyone and then just get... I still find it the greatest irony that she fired the 2 guys that went on to get Oscars and then hired on the fuck show that followed, Ryan Johnson.
Yep.
Warner Brothers wants to do a live-action Batman Beyond movie with Michael Keaton, and I'm on board.
I'm in.
100%.
I'm in.
Batman Beyond is arguably my favorite Batman costume.
Bring back Keaton, please.
Michael Keaton is a dope Batman. I would love to see Batman Beyond Michael Keaton. Do it. Do it now.
I'm in.
And don't hire the two fuck shows,
I'm in.
David Beatoff and DB Wiener.
I'm in. I'm sold. I'm sold on that.
Because if you bring those in, you know what they're going to do? They're just going to make a Batman origin story, and they're going to put a baby on a block of ice and show his dick for 5 minutes with gratuitous fucking shots.
The Joker.
What about it?
Now at over $800 million.
Oh shit! So that's north of what we thought.
And on top of that, it's become more profitable than the Avengers. Not Endgame, the Infinity War.
Because the budget,
it's
obviously.
made over $500 million profit.
Oh.
$500 million in profit.
That's big money. That's
huge.
So they're
biggest rated R movie of all time.
I said 700 mil. We're at 800 now.
Yeah,
fuck.
There's a chance it could hit $1 billion. It's unlikely because it's coming down. But dude, it's the biggest R-rated movie ever.
It could be one of those things that when the news comes out, the news of it almost hitting $1 billion
might
push it to the bill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I guarantee we're going to get another.
Damn.
We're going to get another Joker movie. This is just too much money.
Oh, that's a lot of money for the budget.
Too much money.
The next one's not going to have that low of a budget, though, Jeff. That one's going to be more expensive.
It will be, but I don't think it's going to be astronomically so. I think they're going to keep the formula very similar.
They're not going to do action-y?
I think it'll be more action-y. I think instead of a $50 whatever million budget they had, I think we're going to probably go to $80 million. I think it'll be just a bit more, like 30-40% more, maybe even 50% more. But yeah, we'll see what happens. But holy shit, dude, huge money, and they deserve it.
Absolutely. Oh, 100%.
As for that, there's nothing else.
I've got absolutely nothing else for that.
Tech support.
Tech support, ladies and gentlemen. Patreon.com/lagtv. Excuse me. Head on over there. $10 and higher. You get the ability to ask us questions on a post that I put up every single week, and a really good chance that we answer. We've got 2 weeks of backlog here, so I doubt we're going to get through all of them this week, but I will pick out some goodies. Seth Robertson asks, Adam, if you had a daughter, would you let her date Kai? Nope, that's bad news written all over it. That's just whether it goes like. It's only good if it goes extraordinarily well, and it's not going to go extraordinarily well 90% of the time because that's just relationships, and then it's just awkward as fuck for the parents who have been friends for fucking 40 years at that point. That shit just ain't it.
I'd let him smash.
I don't even have a daughter, and that still made me cringe. Still, oh my God. If by a twist of fate Adam becomes the CEO of Bethesda and Jeff of Blizzard, what would you do first? Well, I would stop making shit for Fallout 76. Would be like day one.
Yeah.
I would axe it. Nobody would be allowed to talk about that game external to company ever again, and it would only be used internally as an example of literally everything that we will never do again as a company. Then I would put all of my efforts into making Starfield. Don't mention Elder Scrolls as much as people want to hear about it. Just efforts in to Starfield with a completely new engine and engine family. Because like when you say engine, sometimes you're like, I don't think you know what engine means, bro. It's not just that they're using the same one for more. Yeah, okay, I get it. Axe all of it out the door.
Bye-bye.
Everything.
Yes.
Start new. You know why? Because thankfully there are enough crazy people spending $100 a year on Fallout 76 to fund us to do it. That would be what I would do first.
Okay.
What about you?
I'm biased. I'd go ahead and make Warcraft 4.
There you go.
Be probably a bad financial
move,
decision,
but
YOLO.
At this point,
hey, I'd pull a Mike Morhaime, and I'd be like, hey, I'm going to do what I have passion for.
That's right.
That's Warcraft 4.
Let's see here. Kimmets asks, if you were arrested with no explanation, what would your friends and family assume that you had done? I don't even know if my family could come up with something that if I got arrested, I don't even know.
I would say probably road rage.
I'm
gonna go with road rage. Road rage incident.
That's Like maybe.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I'm so fucking white bread. There's no like I can't even imagine what they would think. Alexa asks, you're stuck on an island, electricity, consoles, but no internet. What's the one game you bring? Hard mode for Adam, no Elder Scrolls. So I can bring one game that you can bring with no internet. So it's an offline game.
An offline game. That's tough. An offline game, one game. I'm gonna go with Jesus. One game. Offline, that makes it tough.
It does.
That makes it tough. Because I got to think of something that I can play for long periods of time.
Yeah.
That has like a lot of replay value.
I'm going to go with I feel like I'm going to go with some sort of racing game. I'm going to go with either Mario Kart or I'm going to go with Forza 2. One of those two.
Fuck, this is tough, dude.
One of those two.
I'm just trying to envision. And we're by ourselves? Are we by ourselves or we have friends?
It doesn't say anything about that. I'm assuming by yourself. The only other option is like a roguelike, where it's different every time you go in. But I'm not a big roguelike guy.
I'm going Minecraft.
Oh, that's a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a very good choice.
Yeah.
What's the Horkin asks, what's the biggest dumpster fire that happened up to now this year, and who could beat that dumpster fire and how? Blizzard.
Blizzard's the biggest dumpster
Blizzard,
fire.
and who beats it? Bethesda. And it's those two guys are standing in the ring right now, punching the shit out of each other, and we haven't seen who's going to come out on top yet. But you know the judges are out on it. But right now,
bro, this weekend we'll know who's take the bigger dump this year.
That's it. It's between those two. Will asks, how many subscription TV services do you have, including premium cable channels, packages like HBO, and streaming services? What's the most you've ever had at once?
I have HBO, I have Netflix, and Amazon, the Twitch Prime, like the Amazon Prime, so the Prime Video stuff. That's it.
Yeah, I have Netflix, Prime Video, because I have Amazon Prime, HBO. Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's it.
I think HBO is $20 a month. I think Amazon, we have like the 4K one, so I think it's like $17 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Amazon Prime is like $100 a year or whatever it is. Right?
Yeah.
So I probably spend like $40 a month or $45, $50 a month, and
something like that.
Yeah,
oh, that sounds about right. In respect to Bethesda and Fallout 76, this is from Vulcus. What is the next stupid thing that they can do to piss off their audience?
I'm out of ideas.
I'm actually they've pretty
done
much
it all.
They've started to come up with stuff that I wouldn't have even thought about.
Yeah,
that are like better than the ideas that I would have.
Yeah,
for what would be the next. The
like
only thing
Skyrim Battle Royale.
The only thing I can come up with at this point is that at E3 next year we still don't see Starfield or Elder Scrolls, and they show some other remake off.
Yeah, or more Fallout 76 shit.
I don't even know what else I could do at this point to make it substantially worse. I'm sure they're going to find a way. We're going to know because they're going to do it. We just don't know when.
When they say life finds a way,
and Bethesda
finds a way.
Yeah, like my Fallout 76, or no, my Fallout 4 review, where the quote in the game is "War. War never changes." My review was Bethesda. Bethesda never changes. Stoney asked, "Do you still speak with Tabine?" Of course, yeah, we're friends with him. I'm going to be at the wedding with him. What is he up to? Working longer hours than he did before, which is why he's part of why he's not here, and continuing to be in a particularly high-stress industry that's probably going to kill him before he's 80.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he's doing great.
Yeah. Panic's on my stream all the time.
He's redoing his apartment right now with fancy new wall dressings because you need to switch it up. Need to get rid of some of what he had in there.
The dream.
And building some sort of like wacky server computer setup at home that looks even too complicated for me. Let's see. 8910 asks this very important question, Jeff. If you see a dime on the sidewalk, do you pick it up?
No.
Definitely not.
No.
Your favorite has come back, Jeff. Pulsating ripe developing titties.
Hell yeah.
Asks,
My
what's
favorite.
the biggest truth you've learned as an adult?
The biggest truth?
The biggest truth that you've learned as an adult. You know what mine is? Adults also don't know what the fuck they're doing. Everyone is flying by the seat of their pants. When I was younger, I looked at my parents, I looked at other adults as they had figured it out. They were just going through the motions of daily life. That's bullshit. Everything is constantly on fire all the time. The difference is how people handle that fire, and that's it. That's adulthood. You can only contain it so much, and something is going to break at some point. And that's adult life. I always looked at adults and thinking, they've got everything together. They're just breezing through some shit. I can't wait to get out of school and just breeze through shit. And you get out of school and you're like, I want to go back.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Since you kind of taken that one, and that's about as real as it gets. I'm gonna say, as an adult, your body deteriorates. So you've
quickly when you do nothing but sit.
Yeah, like the older I get, the worse shape and how my body feels.
Yeah.
And I really feel it. We used to make those jokes like, "Oh, I'm getting old," and but you never really.
Now you do.
Now it's like legit. Like I'm getting old.
10 years of sitting in a chair.
Yeah, that'll
do
that.
it.
And dude, I'm only 32. I'm not fucking ancient.
No.
I'm not,
No.
Yeah.
And really, you shouldn't. It's just that you've been sitting for 10 years.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd probably say that. But you picked a good one. It is true. And I've actually done the older I've gotten, and I say this has probably happened like over the last 3 years, especially now that I'm a dad too. You look back at like what your parents did, and I see so much more looking back at how I was brought up and the things my parents did, and I can appreciate things so much more now that I'm an adult, when you realize like the struggles and the things that they have to go through, or the big decisions they have to make, or whatever. It's crazy. Like, and it's so true. It's exactly what you said. You realize that you'd never know everything.
No.
And it's funny because even as a dad, and I've even we've had conversations like Kayla and I about like certain things that we'd, talk to our son about, or what we'd allow and what we don't. And you realize that I don't really know the answer to those things until it happens. It's almost like I'm going to wing it and act like an authority figure and be like, because you have to.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I'm going like, do I even really believe the shit that I'm saying? Like, is this really the truth, or is just this our truth right now? And it's like, you just kind of go with it.
Yep. It's like I said, you're flying by the seat of your pants.
You really are. It's crazy.
You're just going for it.
Yeah.
This is in reference to a tweet back and forth that you and I had this week. Mark Furry asks, Adam, what's the Black Cross's biggest hit? Which was the name of remember we had the tweet back and forth where I was here.
The Black Cross.
And the Black Cross was what you called your insurance group.
My Blue Cross.
And I said no, that's the name of my all black death metal band.
There you go, the Black Cross.
and he said, "What's the name of Jeff's all white soul group?" The biggest hit for Black Crosses is the title track to the self-named and self-titled album Black Crosses.
Black Crosses.
So it's Black Crosses on the album Black Crosses. The number one track is Black Crosses.
Boom.
What's the name of your all-white soul group?
I'm going to go with...
If it ain't white.
I'm going to go with the Cream Supremes.
Oh! Not the Supreme Creams?
No, the Cream Supremes.
Okay.
Or I guess the supreme creams actually sound better. So let's go with that. We'll go with the supreme creams because it's kind of like Soli.
It
the
is.
Cream
Well,
is
the
white.
Supremes
The Supremes
is
And-
already a group.
Yeah, so I go.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with the
I like
cream.
it. I
The
like it.
supreme creams.
The Supreme Creams.
Boom.
The
Cream of the crop.
The cream
Of the crop.
Black Jimmy asks if you could have a cameo in any TV show, past or present, which show would it be and why?
Cameo in any past or
Cameo
present
in any TV
show. Well, I mean,
I want to be an extra in Star Trek Voyager where I die.
there you go. That'd be a cool
But
one.
first, I want to be in a scene where the ship is getting attacked and everyone has to act like they're getting thrown around and the camera's going nuts and everyone has to, it's always been impressive to me that they've, figured that out where everyone stops at the same time. That shit can't be easy.
Well, I bet you they probably have some sort of rumble in their chair, to
or
make
like
them
the,
feel
or
like
the set is on like rumble pads.
Yeah.
So
That
then
would make more sense.
You know when it
Yeah.
stops. I mean, it's not like the whole set's fucking doing the shit.
No, that is true.
But yeah, like it's you gotta, and some people are better at it than others, and you gotta love when people have to like do it like a dive, and it's so cheesy. I want to be that. I want to be the red shirt that dies.
I'm gonna go with if I had to pick a show. Damn, dude. Damn. I mean, should I go older or should I go newer?
Hey, whatever you want.
Man, I was gonna say Game of Thrones because the show was fucking fire. Do we have to say like what character we would play?
No. Just it's a cameo.
Okay. Well, then you know what? Fuck it. I'll have a bit more fun, and I'm gonna go with Family Matters.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, let's go. That's
I want
choice.
I want a cameo in Family Matters.
That's a great choice. I like it.
It's good. It's a good show.
Maybe you're the friend of Steve's. Is it his cousin that it's him without the glasses and everything?
No, that's his. That's
is-
when he goes in his little capsule.
Yo, right. It's
and
like his alter ego.
His alter ego. He's a Stefan.
Stefan.
Yeah, Stefan.
Yeah. The smooth talker.
Yeah.
The show was dope. What a fucking 90s, 80s, 90s ass fucking show that was.
Fire.
Have a dude go in a fucking machine and come out Stefan. Like that shit's
Hell
hilarious.
yeah. And get the pussy too.
That's right. Let's
Stefan
see.
Urkel.
Mr. Miyagi asks, have you ever had an experience that legitimately made you fear for your life?
I think I've said this before. When I was a teenager, we went over to a baseball field and a guy came over with a gun, and it was ended up being a fake, like a BB gun. And he told us all give me all the shit that you have, and they asked if you had any weed or something, and we're like, nah, bro, we smoked it all. And then he was like, all right, give me your jacket. So I started taking off my jacket and stuff like that. And then he ended up shooting one of my friends, but it was just like a little BB gun. It didn't even shoot hard.
Yeah,
and he's like,
really?
I'm fucking with you. And he actually used to be my captain on a volleyball team in junior high. He was a complete fucking asshole too. Douchebag, dude. And he did it in fucking in the ghetto too, which is stupid. And he's lucky one of my friends didn't actually have a gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Because some of the people that were there weren't like normals that I
No.
hung with. Like they wouldn't have a gun, but like there's some people, or at least a knife. Like there's some people that would have fucked him up if it was the wrong people he ran up on. He thought it was funny.
It's a bold move,
but yeah, that was like actually pretty scary because I thought for sure thought we were getting robbed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Me was just a grade 9 trip on that boat between here and Newfoundland. And it was the 5-hour trip that turned into 13 hours because of the water, and the waves were
you said
over
that.
twice the height of the ship.
Yeah.
And I actually looked outside and I was like, you know what? This might be the show. And then when I opened the door to go to the washroom and I realized somebody opened the door and left it open to the main deck and it had flooded out like a big portion of the ship, I was like, oh, well, okay. This is it.
Now I'm going to die in shit.
I'm going to die in a pile of somebody else's puke. This is how this is going to go.
Great. Wonderful.
Let's see. We're almost at the end of here. Oh, yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, this is just somebody's bringing this up. Donnie Soares is saying, Jeff, been talking about donaires forever. Recently came across your fellow Canadian Maddie Matheson, who's a foodie personality guy, with a Halifax donaire YouTube cooking video. And he links it here in the thing. I don't have it up. We can't really watch it right now. I did see that pop up. I did see it in my timeline. I haven't watched it yet, but yeah, Maddie's a great dude, and I'm sure he went in deep on that donaire.
It's delicious.
Let's see. Aaron's asking what we didn't go to TwitchCon. Everything happened at once.
Yeah,
and
I
was
moved.
and Jeff was moving. Everything happened all at the same time. I was moving. Jeff was moving. There was so much shit simultaneously happening.
Yeah. It was a lot, and then we got hit by a hurricane.
Then we got hit by a hurricane like 4 days before.
It was like the universe was telling me to keep my ass home, and I'm so happy I did.
Yeah, it was a good move.
Yeah.
No, this is the last one, and it's your favorite topic. Black Jimmy asks, "Are you are immediately and inexplicably put in charge of the Star Citizen project? What's the first thing you do?"
Close it. End it.
Give everyone their money.
Just
back.
give it. Well, it's a lot of it's spent, so I dissolve it the way I can, and then I just end this meme.
What I do if I'll answer a little more. I would stop the scope and rein it way back and say, okay, guys, let's not even bother pipelining future shit. Let's just nail the fuck out of a 40-hour campaign and then move on. Don't even pay people to be working on this other shit.
Yeah, no.
Just scale it down, get something the fuck out before the end of the world, and then worry about the shit later. Don't be thinking longer term. Just
I'm with you on that.
That
way we can actually play something
at some point in time.
There it is.
That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we survived our
first
ever podcast.
I think I might have just enough time to go upstairs and see my boy in his Halloween costume.
Yes, before he gets taken out of it.
Yeah.
But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for the Technical Alpha podcast this week. Head on over once again, patreon.com/lagtv. You can get all the links to all the RSS feeds there. Maybe support us if you're feeling particularly special. Thank you so much. Let us know if there's anything technically going on. I already probably know a few things that people will mention, but we'll do our best as we continue forward with the new podcast room. And until we see you next week, have a good one. Peace.
I don't have to get up anymore.
No, you don't.
I just have to sit right here.
I do all the magic like this.